Hello. Welcome to Salsa Knocks on the Porch. Hope you guys are having a fabulous Wednesday. And we are live again today with tip number 3 of our wealth files. And there are 17 in this series. So we're going to get right into it. The past couple of lives, we've been talking about mindset, about your belief system, your conditioning. What and how do wealthy people, we're talking about the wealthy mindset, not just physical wealth, but that too. How is the wealthy mindset different, the rich thinking versus poor thinking? And we're going to get right into it today. So, wealth file number 3, the difference between how a rich person thinks versus a poor person is this. Here we go. I'm really excited. Rich people, okay, according to research, are 100% relentlessly committed to being rich. Poor people simply want to be rich. And I'm going to go through a couple of notes I have here, and please comment, agree, disagree. Waldo is going to talk a little bit here in a second about some experiences and some knowledge that he has, but I'm going to write down some notes because I always like to have a cheat sheet. Here we go. So again, rich people are committed to being rich, and poor people simply want to be rich. Well, what does all that mean? Here's what it means. If I ask you right now whether you want to be rich, how many of you guys right now would be like, hello, yes, I want to be rich. Of course, high five. Yes. And I don't like high fives, but yes, everyone wants to be rich, okay? They look at you like you're crazy. You're looking at me like, yes, you're crazy. Of course I want to be rich. But the truth, however, is this is also proven by research, that most people, most of us, actually don't want to be rich. Why? Because we all have negative wealth files, okay? This is wealth file number 3. Negative thinking, okay? Mindset, subconsciously, that there is something wrong. We have conditioned ourselves to believe that there is something wrong with being rich. We have a negative association with being wealthy, okay? And here are some of the things that people have to say. Number 1, what if I make it? I make a lot of money, I become rich and wealthy, and I lose it all. Then I'll really be a failure. They might say, oh, it's too much work to get rich. Okay, these are all subconscious thinking. Everyone's going to want a handout if I'm rich. I could get robbed. It's too much responsibility. Oh, I'm going to be at the highest tax bracket and have to give half of my money to the government. Like, these are subconscious things that people say themselves. So is it crazy that I asked, do you want to be wealthy? It might seem crazy, but subconsciously, a lot of us have those negative thoughts, the negative wealth files about being rich, okay? A couple other things I want to mention, and please, if you're agreeing, if you're listening out there, you're like, that makes sense, please let us know, because we have a lot of aha moments out here, and we want to share in this together with you as we go through our journey about this. You're totally off camera right now, but we'll get him back in a second. So here is the wealth principle. The number 1 reason that most people don't get what they want is that they don't know what they want. Okay? 80 to 90% of us, okay, obviously if I ask you, do you want to be rich? Do you want to be wealthy? You're going to say 100%, of course, duh, you're crazy. But then you've got those subconscious negative wealth files going on. And then in addition to that, we simply don't know what we want. So there are 3 levels, okay, according to research, once again, of this wanting. Like, how much do you want to be rich? There are 3 levels of that. The first level, okay, is pretty basic, and it's the wanting desire of, I just want to be rich, okay? People say, I just want to be rich. If it comes to me and it falls in my lap like the lottery, yeah, I'll grab it, okay? That's not necessarily the best way to think about being rich, because that's probably not going to get you there. The second level of wanting and that desire is the thinking process of, okay, I'm going to choose to be rich, okay? And this is a stronger energy. It's great, okay? You've made a decision that you're going to do it. The third level of your wanting desire to be wealthy is the people that think in their brain, I commit to being rich. And this is what we like to call the warrior's way, meaning there are no excuses, there are no buts, there are no maybes. Failure is not an option. I will get rich, I will have a rich, wealthy mindset, or I will actually die trying. That's the mentality of somebody with great wealth principles, okay? So let me ask you this. Let me stop for a second. How many of you are on that first level? Like, okay, yeah, you want to be rich. Like, if it happens to me, great. Okay. How many of you are on the second level? Yeah, I choose to be rich. I'm going to make that decision. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. And obviously, if you're watching, okay, and you've stuck around this long, couple minutes, you're probably at 1 or 2. Don't you think, honey?
The majority are. The
majority will be. And then you'll have those few that, like, their mentality is failure is not an option. I will get rich or I will die trying. We're going to take a look at what that looks like here in a second. But getting rich, again, is not a stroll in the park, okay? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of responsibility. Let me ask you this. Are you fully committed to getting rich? Okay? And we take on a positive aspect. Earlier in a couple of lives ago, we explained a definition of rich. I know we had some feedback on that. But really quickly before I move on, when we talk about rich, what are we actually talking about, Waldo?
Yeah, guys. It's not all about the amount of money that you can have.
Right.
You know, rich and poor is relative.
Yes.
So you have to figure out what could make you be happy.
Right.
So that's the reason why we all this slide, we're trying to make people understand that it's 4 areas in your life that you have to work to actually be happy with your life. Right? When you are missing one or all, you won't be happy. If we always talk about wealth, health, relationship, you can put love or happiness too.
Yeah.
There. So if you're trying to be the best in each one, is what can make you fully be happy. It's not all about how much money you can have, because it's a lot of rich people out there, they kill themselves. Mm-hmm. Right? So obviously having all the money in the world, I mean, it's not made them happy. So it's not about the money that you have. It's just a focus in what you really appreciate. I think appreciation of what you have versus the idea of the happiness is the thing like you have a lot of money. You know? So some people would just, let's say, $50,000 can be happy. You know.
Yeah.
But for some people, maybe it's more of that. You know. So try to work in all these aspects of your life.
Yes.
You really want to be happy. Right? It's
So,
not about the money.
So today we are focusing a lot on the wealth aspect because we're reading a couple of great novels about that, a couple of great books. And so we like to use a lot of examples that stem from wealth and the rich mindset. And we look like that is a positive thing. We no longer think about being rich, with a negative connotation. Because it's not. It's not really money that's the issue. It's not money that's greedy. It might be people. And whether they're poor or rich, if they're greedy, that's just going to amplify if they have more money. If they're not, it'll amplify that when their generosity, if they have more money. So we have a positive connotation with that. So we didn't want people to get confused when we talk about, being rich. But once you decide that's what you want and you're fully committed, let me ask you a few questions. Like if you're like, yeah, I want to be on that third level. I'm fully committed 100%. I'm going to get rich or die trying, right? Let me ask you a few questions. And if there's yes to all of these, you probably are rich. If some of these answers are no, you're probably in that second level of maybe you decided, but you're not going there. So are you willing to work 16 hours a day? Rich people are. Rich people are. Are you willing to work 7 days a week and give up most of your weekends? Rich people are. Are you willing to sacrifice seeing your family, your friends, okay, and give up recreations and hobbies? Rich people are. Are you willing to risk all your time, energy, and startup capital with no guarantee of return? Rich people are. So hopefully, hopefully it didn't scare you. If you're doing it the right way, that probably is going to be a shorter amount of time. But oftentimes it takes a while. It's a long period of time. So are you willing to answer yes to all of those questions? If you are, you probably are sitting upon a rich, wealthy mindset already. Okay. And if not, like I said, you're probably more at that level 1 or 2 of wanting. So going back to one last time, our wealth file number 3, how we're subconsciously programmed. Rich people, the basic concept is that rich people are absolutely 100% unrelentlessly committed to being rich, and poor people simply just want to be rich. So that's what we're coming at you today, wealth file number 3. Tomorrow we'll have wealth file number 4 for you, and then I'm going to leave it to Waldo to talk about some other things.
Yes, guys, sometimes the key of success is just start, how we always say, with mindset, but you have to know yourself first. You know, a lot of times we don't even know who we are. And obviously you don't know who you are, then what we talk about just now is that a lot of times people don't even know what they want. So sometimes knowing yourself, it will help you to clear your mind, actually to understand what you want in your life. And that's all the key. Everything starts here, guys. Here. Either rich or poor people, is all in the mind. We all have 24 hours every day. All. Either rich or poor, middle class, we all. It's all about what you do in those 24 hours, what it counts. And if you are stuck in a specific place, it's because what you do in those 24 hours. People are always, or the majority of people is always living in 2 places, either the past or the future. They never live the present. You cannot change the past. Even you can think it over and over again, or the thing, if you could do something different, you cannot change that. And you're wasting your time thinking of the things that you can have or you don't have. Always thinking the future. Well, the key, you want to change your future, the only place where you can change your future is in your present.
Out here.
Now.
Your mind.
Today. Not tomorrow, not yesterday.
Right now.
Now.
Right now.
You want to change your future, change your present. That's how you change your future. Simple. But we love, this is the funny thing about brain. Brain trying to keep us comfortable. Even if you are in a wrong situation, if that's something that you know, for the brain is comfortable because you know it. The unknown is the uncomfortable. The possibility to be better, but the fear to be worse is what stops you to do it. So don't be afraid to be uncomfortable. Be uncomfortable.
Be
That's
uncomfortable.
the only way you can grow.
And don't not do things out of fear or because you just don't know what's going to happen. You know, Waldo and I were talking about just at lunch earlier today. We talk a lot at lunch, but about knowing yourself. I know that he talked a little bit about that, but if we flipped the topic, like if we were talking about relationships, for example, like I hear all the time, you know, like I just keep attracting the same kind of man, or I'm attracting the same type of friends, or why can't I find somebody like I love them so much, why can't they love me back? I'm tainted now. You can use these principles of wealth even with your principles of relationship. You know, like here's the deal. We believe in the law of attraction. We were talking about that earlier, of the universe. Talk to him a little bit about what the law of attraction is, Waldo, and why what we give out is normally kind of what we receive.
Yeah, this is something, a mistake that people does. I'm not going to give you a definition. I mean, you can Google.
Yeah, law of attraction. Yeah.
But the way I see it is like this. We, or many people, just always thinking, right, in what they should deserve to have.
What do I deserve?
Yeah, so they make a big list. This, okay, I want to have a girlfriend or boyfriend. It's got to have this and this and this and this
Yeah.
and this and this and this.
That sounds familiar.
If for some reason you never can find that person, right? But that's because now, if thinking in that, it don't give you the answer, or it don't help you to find the person, is because you do it the wrong way. Yeah? Be the person that you want to have, you first. And then you attract something similar. Right? Meaning that If you want somebody, I don't know, any qualities that you think that that person should have, make sure you are that. Right?
Like, for example, if I want somebody who's going to be loyal to me, and I keep getting these guys who I am in love with, dating or marrying them, and then they cheat on me. They're not loyal to me. Well, I'm such a loyal person. Why? I give everything. I pull my heart out to them. I'm in love with them. I'm doing. Why is it then that I just have bad luck, Waldo? My luck is what it is. What would you say to somebody that says, well, I just keep having bad luck? That's all it is because I can't figure out. I'm doing the very best that I can. What would you say to that person?
We make our luck. So if you attract a specific person, it's because you are set your mindset to attract that specific person. You want to get something different, then you have to change yourself first, not everybody else. The first thing that everybody thinks is that everybody's wrong. I'm the only one's right. Right? That's the
Guilty.
Right? So that's the wrong mindset. That's why you have the wrong person around you all the time. Right? So it's all about, like we talked yesterday. Some people say you network, it makes you net worth.
Ooh, right? That's good.
Yeah. So you really want to change, then change who you hang out with. Right? You don't want to find a good husband in the bars, you know.
Hey now, I've taken a baby to the bar. It's fine. Everything's fine. Now you're stereotyping. It's fine.
Well, it's fine to stereotype, right? So that's why we run. Sometimes that's how we can be right.
But your point is that, for example, if I keep attracting the bad boy cheater type, whatever that case may be, maybe instead of suggesting that it's just always your bad luck, maybe we have to take a step back and look at what it is that we're projecting into the universe.
Check your habits.
What are your habits? And so what could be some examples of, like, what might be a habit that I'm doing that's attracting that?
Well, most of the time we are exactly what we get. Right? So
ooh, I don't know.
It's like a mirror.
You all agree with that? We are exactly what we get. How many of you agree with that? Please explain.
Yeah. So even, this is the thing, guys, all right? We all set up to live a specific way in our subconscious, not the conscious. Mm-hmm. You can say all aloud, okay, I want this, but maybe deep down you are not what you want. Right? That's what you get, what you subconscious want. Right? Imagination, guys, is powerful. Right? Imagination can be everything. Brain cannot distinguish between reality and imagination. So if you can picture or imagine the type of person that you want to achieve, you might get it if you truly believe it. Right? So that's how you change your mindset. It's many people talk about different ways how you can attract what you want. Right? You have to understand we are energy.
Yes.
We all are energy. Right? And any energy can be measured by frequency. Right? So that means that we all have different frequencies. It's like a radio station. Right? So using the radio station, you have the stations. Right? Mm-hmm. When you have the right frequency in the right place, you will hear the station the right way. You go a little bit to the left, you hear just static. You go a little bit to the right, same thing. You have to be in the perfect frequency to hear everything right. Right? So if you set up yourself in the right frequency, you will get what you want. Right? If you get the wrong thing, it's because you're a little off there. Right? You've got the wrong frequency. That's why you're getting statics. That's why you get the wrong station. Right? So you have to start changing this first. Set in the frequency that you want to attract, and then you will attract whatever you want, anything you want.
And one thing, that Waldo and I preach about and do a lot ourselves, we practice, one thing you can start doing to start changing some of those frequencies, which are extremely difficult, because we've been programmed to have these false beliefs. It's not your fault. We listen to a lot of webinars, we read a lot of books, and we try to change our thinking, because once it can click with your brain that what you've been thinking, like you're aware of it, like you have that awareness of, I've been thinking this way that has really gotten me into the same position every time, then you can start to think about how to be different. But the key is your mindset and awareness. Yeah. So if you keep getting back the same thing, okay, you know you have yet to kind of cross over your mindset and that get on that same frequency of what it is you want to come back. Whether you want that wealth to come back to you, you want that perfect guy relationship, you want to, you know, health is another one. You want to drop 50 pounds. If every single time you go on a diet, that's an action, okay, you lose a few and then you gain 100 more, right? It's the same thing about being on a frequency. Something is off. Something, instead of starting with the action, right? I'm just going to go to the gym. That's what I'm going to do. What do they have to start with, Waldo?
We talk about this in some of the beginners videos that we start doing here.
Yes.
Let me repeat it. Just in case you never see those, you can check her out all Pace and Salsa notes. But it's one formula where it covers everything in our lives. It doesn't matter what area, for every single person in this universe. Right? It's a specific formula. It's your thoughts, what you think, your feelings, your actions that give you the results. All right. So something else that you can add to that formula is program. Right? So you've been programmed to think in a specific way and feel in a specific way that make you have action in a specific way that give you the result that you get. Everything is a result, guys. Love is a result. Boyfriend, girlfriend that you got is a result.
Wealth is a result.
Money is a result.
Happiness is a result.
Health is a result.
Yeah.
All right. For everything, do not start with the actions. Start for what you think. All right. You will program first to think a specific way, feel a specific way. That give you the actions that you do every day. That's your habit. All right. That give you the result that you have right now. Right. Do not change the actions. All right. If you start from the action, you start from the wrong way of the formula.
And you will fail every time. If I'm just simply changing my action, okay, instead of going to the gym, I'm going to bike every day. Okay, instead of biking, I'm going to blah, 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 do Zumba every day. You're simply changing action. You're not changing the thought, the thoughts.
Right.
Okay.
If how you're going to change the way you think, you have to program. You have to reprogram your brain. Right? Your brain is already be programmed for the years from 1 to 7. Right? Every single aspect of your life, all the decisions that you take, is as a result of all that you've been training from 1 to 7. Right? You already be programmed. Every decision to take is based on that. You need to reprogram your brain one more time, right? But to do it for the right way. Right. So you can change the way you think, change the way you feel. If that's going to change the habits or the actions that you take, then you're going to have different results.
And so just to clarify, we probably should have said this at the beginning to connect, but the wealth files that you see over there, we're on wealth file number 3, are things that you can do to start reprogramming.
Yes.
Once you're aware that you've been programmed to behave a certain way and to think and to feel a certain way, you can then take steps to reprogram by becoming aware of some of these wealth files.
That's the first step. Be aware.
Right. Being aware.
Once you are aware, then you can take actions to decide to do the right thing.
That's right.
That's it. Change your life, baby.
Tell us what you got out of our videos. Please comment. Please share. Do a watch party. Whatever it is you feel you need to do. I hope one person got something from today. Again, our mission is just to bring you, educate you a little bit on some of the things that we're doing. We love you. We will see you soon. And viva la salsa también.